with that, let's get you breaking updates coming in from the Ram Mandir case. I'm Pratibha. We are reporting live from Ayodhya and we are breaking updates coming in of the proceeds of crime, sources say, being as high as 2 crore rupees. Big breaking updates coming in. The proceeds of crime in the Ram Mandir case could be as high as 2 crore rupees. It's a big revelation in the donation theft probe. As of now, the special investigation team continues to probe the case, and now details coming in that the proceeds of crime could be over 2 crore rupees. Remember, the SIT had said that this was an organized crime, that it had been going on for 2 to 3 years. My colleague Priyank Tripathi is joining us on the broadcast with more details on this. Priyank, this is a big revelation. In fact, we are told that the money, the proceeds of crime in this case could be as much as 2 crore rupees. Remember, the police officials, sources have also indicated that every single day about 6 to 8 lakh rupees was being siphoned off. These are donations that people had made, offerings that they had made to the temple with all their faith, and it was being siphoned off on a daily basis. Police officials have now pegged the amount to about 6 to 8 lakh rupees every single day. In fact, let's get you more breaking updates now coming in. We have inside track on the SIT investigation. Now, we have details on the data dump of the accused that has been recovered. The data being retrieved from the phones of the accused, revealing dispute between the accused over cash. So the accused were distributing cash among each other, and there was also some dispute. That's what the data has revealed. Priyank is joining us with the details. Priyank, proceeds of crime being as high as 2 crore rupees, and we are told that the data retrieved has also shown that there was some dispute. What are the details?
See, there have been several allegations which has been circulated in a theory which has been circulated by the family of the accused. That's why the police is going through all the scrutiny of the document. What is being on the top priority of the local police is to establish the chronology by which they started taking out money from the temple, and also, Pratibha, it is also important for the police to establish the procedure of the crime. That's why time and again what police have been suggesting that around 20 land parcel is certainly there on the ambit of the investigation. After the land record department, the revenue department has submitted these reports to the local police. But the money exchanging hand was certainly a major factor because of which all the 5 accused are right now being questioned inside the jail here.
Okay, so could that also be the reason why the case came to light? Because we are also told that the other officials got hint of what was happening in the mandir, and a raid had also taken place at the residence of one of the accused earlier this month. So, Priyank, details in the police investigation so far have also revealed how this entire theft from these offerings had been going on for the last 2 to 3 years. What are the police officials saying on the modus operandi that was operating, and did it really go unnoticed from the trust members for so long?
It is highly impossible that the trust could not have noticed, because initially, before the temple could actually take shape, Pratibha, there were 2 places where the counting used to happen. One at the designated area below the Yatri Teeth, and the second one was exactly near the police post. That area has now been demolished, and there's another structure which has been made. But what was really alarming, that the CCTV camera surveillance was not given to the SP of the security, which is a designated post here at Ayodhya temple, but it was in the hand of the trustees. What CCTV footage, since the police could only get the backup for 45 days of CCTV footage, because it was auto, replayed, and it was overlapped by the new footage which keep on emerging on that particular DVR. They could only get the DVR dump data of 45 days. What it has been showing that the accused, one of the accused used to go block the view for the other accused who have been sitting on the table, and then the money was taken out. out. What police investigation has also suggested it to the trust member. That's why they have changed the setup. The uniform will be changed very soon, and the tables have also been removed from these locations so that the process should be more smooth. But time and again, on one side, the SIT has been investigating, but the bigger focus is going to be there tomorrow, whether Champat Rai will keep on holding his fort or not, because so far there is no official letter which has come out from Champat Rai's side where it suggests that he has resigned. It is only the claim through unsigned copy of Gopal Giri, who has been the treasurer of this particular committee, who has again called for another meeting tomorrow. So let's see whether the meeting will happen at the Teeth Sthal or it will happen near the Kasevakpuram.
Okay, all right. So tomorrow is going to be very crucial D-Day of sorts for the Ram Mandir Trust, because the members are going to be meeting tomorrow. Apart from details on the overhaul of the trust, there could be decisions on Champat Rai's resignation as well. So it's going to be very important. But even as more details have continued to come in, there are many religious heads, the political parties, as well as the VHP that has openly taken a stand. And amid questions that are being raised by the opposition leaders, the VHP has also claimed that one should be careful of the exaggerated political claims that are being made. And on the question of Champat Rai, he went on to say, and this is the international president of the VHP, Alok Kumar, who went on to say that he has personally known Champat Rai for a very long time, and he believes that his involvement is not possible.
अयोध्या चंदा चोरी मामले में विश्व हिंदू परिषद के अंतर्राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष आलोक कुमार जी ने एक चिट्ठी लिखी है आईओ को, और उसमें जांच में कई लोगों को जो है वो बुलाकर पूछताछ करने की बात कही है। अब इसकी जरूरत क्यों पड़ी है, आलोक जी हमारे साथ बात करने के लिए है। चिट्ठी आपने लिखी है, कई सारे नामों का जिक्र किया है, क्या जरूरत पड़ी इस चिट्ठी की और क्या आगे की इन्वेस्टिगेशन मिलेगी?
मैंने एक सुझाव दिया है। प्रोफेसर रामगोपाल यादव ने कहा कि 20,000 करोड़ से ज्यादा का घपला हुआ है, 2 बार कहा। प्रियंका गांधी वाड्रा ने भी बयान दिया है, कुछ अरविंद केजरीवाल ने भी दिया है। अब वो 20,000 कह रहे, हमारी जानकारी में तो वहां 10,000 भी कभी आया ही नहीं। पर ये प्रियंका गांधी वाड्रा जी, रामगोपाल यादव जी, अरविंद केजरीवाल, ये सब बहुत सीनियर लोग हैं, राजनीति में बहुत महत्वपूर्ण पदों पे हैं और रहे हैं। तो मैंने सोचा कि ये हल्की बात तो नहीं करेंगे, निराधार तो नहीं करेंगे। तो अगर पुलिस इनकी मदद मांगे, इनसे ये बयान ले कि साहब 20,000 करोड़ की रकम आपको कैसे मालूम पड़ी, किन लोगों ने बताई, आपने क्या तहकीकात की, आपके पास इसके संबंध में कुछ डॉक्यूमेंट्स हैं क्या, और ये लोग उनको बता देवें, तो इन्वेस्टिगेशन में बहुत सहूलियत हो जाएगी। इसी भाव से पत्र लिखा है।
एक पुजारी हैं, उनका खुलासा सामने आया है जिसमें उन्होंने कहा कि पहले भी चोरी हुई थी, लेकिन इस बार ये मामला खुल के सामने आया है। आपको लगता है कि जो चोरी की बात है उसमें सच्चाई है और जांच होनी चाहिए अच्छे से?
आपने 2 बातें पूछी कि चोरी की बात में सच्चाई है और क्या इसकी जांच होनी चाहिए। इसकी अवश्य जांच होनी चाहिए। जो भी व्यक्ति जो भी कह रहे हैं उसकी जांच होनी चाहिए। फिर आपने पूछा कि सच्चाई है कि नहीं, तो सच्चाई तो जांच से सामने आएगी। अभी तो मौसम ऐसा है कि सब लोग आरोप लगा रहे हैं। अगर कोई 1,000 रुपए कहता है तो दूसरा 10,000 कहता है, तीसरा 1 लाख कहता है। 2027 के चुनाव के लिए आपस में कंपटीशन हो रहा है कि तूने इतनी रकम बोली तो मैं इतनी बोल के दिखाता हूं। इस सब का पता जांच से लगेगा।
चंपत राय हैं, गोपाल राव हैं, इसके साथ साथ अनिल मिश्रा हैं। ये भी बात निकल के सामने आई है जांच में कि गोपाल राव और अनिल मिश्रा चंपत राय से खुद को बड़ा मानते थे, खुद को जो है वो बड़ा समझते थे। ऐसी भी जांच में बात निकल के सामने आई है, लेकिन चंपत जी पद में, ट्रस्ट में बड़े थे, ओहदे में।
ऐसा कुछ होता नहीं है। चंपत जी गोपाल जी में एक दूसरे से बड़ा होने की कोई बात नहीं थी। समय खराब है, इसलिए ये सब सुनना पड़ रहा है। मैं चंपत जी को बहुत वर्षों से जानता हूं, मैंने उनके साथ काम किया है, अनिल मिश्रा के साथ काम किया है। जांच से पहले मैं कहना नहीं चाहता था, पर क्योंकि ये प्रश्न है इसलिए मैं कहूंगा कि मैंने चंपत जी को हमेशा एक निरहंकार संत के रूप में काम करते हुए देखा है। और इसलिए अगर मेरे को राय देनी हो तो मैं कहूंगा कि भाई वो पैसा लें या इस तरह की किसी बात को स्वीकृत करें या उसके हिस्सेदार हों।
Now let's also get you the politics of it, because the Aam Aadmi Party has also escalated its attack, with Sanjay Singh going on to say that he had raised the issue back in 2021. In fact, he went on to say that he had approached the authorities in 2021 and asked for an investigation to be conducted, but it was never done. In fact, Saurabh Bharadwaj of the Aam Aadmi Party has also gone on to say that he welcomes the statement from Alok Kumar, going on to say the fact that the VHP has stepped in and has taken note in itself shows that it has reached a very serious level.
नहीं, पहली बात तो ये कि मैं उनके पत्र का स्वागत करता हूं। बहुत अच्छा किया उन्होंने पत्र लिखा। हो सकता है हमारी नहीं सुन रहा प्रशासन, उनकी ही सुन ले, उनकी ज्यादा चलती होगी। लेकिन यहां मेरा दूसरा प्रश्न ये है कि राम के काम में भी भेदभाव। विश्व हिंदू परिषद की जो चिट्ठी है ये राजनीति से प्रेरित है, लेकिन फिर भी उन्होंने लिखा है। तो जब भी वहां का आईओ मुझे बुलाएगा, मैं तो 5 साल से इंतजार कर रहा हूं। 2021 में भी मैंने शिकायत की थी, तहरीर दी थी। चंपत राय अभी बैठा कैसे है वहां पे? इतना बड़ा आरोपी कैसे बैठा हुआ है?
विश्व हिंदू परिषद को बहुत परेशानी है कि चंदा चोरी की बात आज पूरे देश में की जा रही। अगर उनकी नीयत साफ होती तो वो कहते कि विश्व हिंदू परिषद के अंदर इतने सारे लोग हैं जो इसके बारे में बताना चाहते हैं। चंदा चोरी के बारे में हम लोगों के पास जानकारियां हैं, क्योंकि हमारी ही संस्था से चंपत राय निकले हैं। हमारी ही संस्था से जुड़े हुए बहुत सारे लोग इस पूरे के पूरे मंदिर के ट्रस्ट के अंदर शामिल थे। मगर आप सोचिए, एक भी गवाह उन्होंने भारतीय जनता पार्टी से नहीं पेश किया, एक भी गवाह उन्होंने आरएसएस से पेश नहीं किया, एक भी गवाह उन्होंने विश्व हिंदू परिषद से पेश नहीं किया। इसका मतलब आलोक जी ने सरेंडर कर दिया है। वो खुद मान के बैठ गए कि उनकी संस्थाओं के लोग चंदा चोरी के विषय में कहीं पे गवाह नहीं बनेंगे।
Let's also tell you that we spoke to the trustee Parmanand Giri, and he spoke about how the trust is now aware that there have been multiple lapses that have taken place, but the trust will only issue an official statement after the meeting. Listen in.
इतना काम किया है संगठन ने, यही नहीं किया, अयोध्या में किया, उज्जैन में किया और वाराणसी में किया। इतने लोग आने लगे कि कमरे बड़े महंगे जाने लगे, रिक्शे वालों का काम चल गया, सारे लोगों का काम बना है। बड़े उत्साह की बात। जो कसर होगी फैसले के बाद आगे जो बाकी है उसका और हो जाए।
Now remember, the sentiments are very strong regarding this, and we are seeing the developments take place not just in Ayodhya but across the country as well. Let's get you updates from Maharashtra, where the Shiv Sena UBT has now started Ram Raksha Andolan, ringing temple bells across Maharashtra to protest against the siphoning off of the offerings that were made to the Ram Mandir Trust. My colleague Rucha is joining us on the broadcast with the details. And Rucha, even when the mandir had been built, there were a lot of questions that had been raised on Uddhav Sena itself, Uddhav Thackeray himself as well. Now it's not just in Ayodhya. Questions are continuing to be raised even in Maharashtra. Take us through the details of this Ram Raksha Andolan by the Shiv Sena UBT.
Well, Uddhav Thackeray has called statewide protest, the Ram Raksha agitation, and we are currently present in Dadar locality. At Dadar's famous Kabutar Khana, there is a Maruti temple, a Hanuman temple, where several key leaders of Shiv Sena UPT have gathered here. Thousands of protesters have also arrived. In the frame, we can see MP Arvind Sawant, MP Anil Desai, Sanjay Raut is also present here. And very shortly, Uddhav Thackeray will be reaching, and in his leadership, the Hanuman Chalisa and Maruti Stotram will be recited, and this is the way, according to Uddhav Thackeray, is how they condemn the alleged ciphering that took place in Ayodhya's Ram Temple. And for Shiv Sena UPT, especially for followers of Bala Saheb Thackeray across Maharashtra, this is one of the sentimental things, because in 1992 we saw, after the demolition, it was Bala Saheb Thackeray who took responsibility, who unapologetically accepted that if my Shiv Sainiks have demolished the Babri Masjid, I am proud of him. So this is one of the sentimental things for all the Shiv Sainiks, and following which Uddhav Thackeray has also said that we are hurt by the way that things have revealed, and how there is a ciphering in name of Lord Rama, how people's sentiments have been hurt, people who in the name of Lord Rama had made huge donations across Maharashtra, across nation, and they are now hurt, and we demand answers, and blaming it back to the RSS and Bharatiya Janata Party. Uddhav Thackeray for this statewide protest, which is
So, Richa, it is taking a political turn, yes, but there are also devotees who are raising these questions. What about the funds? How did this go on for so long? Were the trust members really not aware? How is it that the trust of the devotees was broken by the very people who were entrusted with ensuring that they take care of the offerings made by the devotees, isn't it? Ruja, thank you for joining us with those details. We have breaking updates now coming in. Like we mentioned, tomorrow is going to be a very crucial day in Ayodhya, because tomorrow is when the Ram Mandir Trust will be meeting, and we have key details of what will be discussed in this meeting. The trust will be briefed on the interim SIT report. And apart from that, the trust will also consider Champat Rai's resignation. And what about the future of the temple management? How is it going to be changed? Will a CEO be appointed? All of these crucial decisions will be taken in tomorrow's meeting. My colleague Priyank Tripathi is getting us all these details. Priyank, tomorrow is going to be extremely crucial. Tell us what's going to be on the agenda.
Yes, Sati Pratibha, apart from these pointers which we have told you to our viewers, the financial aspect of 2025 and 2026 is also there in this emergency meeting agenda, which has been called in by the treasurer of the trust, although it's an unsigned copy like the previous copy which came up from the trust side, which was suggesting that Champat Rai has put in his paper. So the resignation of Champat Rai and Anil Mishra is going to be on the key factor. But if you look at the hierarchy, there have been several people who are the key players who will be deciding that whether Champat will still keep on holding this particular stronghold in this trust or not. Start from Mahant Nityagiri, whose health condition is not that much good. That's why it's expected that he would not take part in this particular meeting. But then you have in the hierarchy Champat Rai, and then you have Gopal Giri, I beg your pardon, Govind Giri, who is the trustee of this particular Ram Mandir Tirth Kshetra. Then you have the role of the government official. One of them is a retired government IAS officer, Nipendra Mishra, who has been vocal, who said that it is not a chori, it's a dacoity. Then you have this from the center side, Prashant Lokhande, who has been the representative from center, Sanjay Prasad, who's the chief secretary rank officer from the state government, then the existing DM. But the role of other four saints who are also part of this particular trust is also going to be important, because during our SIT investigation, one of the trustee, whose name is Mahant Dinendra Das, had clearly stated that I'm astonished, I'm stunned to see this kind of behavior which is happening in the trust, and I was also sidelined. This is what his disciples were saying, and I will speak during during the meeting which is going to be happening on 6th. So the number of vote which is going to be in favor of Champat or the number of vote which will go against in favor of Champat is going to play a major role in tomorrow's meeting, which is expected to happen at 3 p.m. Tomorrow. So all eyes are there on this particular meeting, which will decide the fate of a man who has been on the eye of the storm, Champat Rai Bansal, who is the General Secretary of the Ram Mandir Trust.
Absolutely, and there are so many questions that devotees have. Were the trust members really not aware of what was going on for so long? And if they were aware, why didn't anybody speak up? All of these questions, we hope some of it will be answered in the meeting tomorrow. Priyank, thank you for joining us with all those details. Well, viewers, with that, it's a wrap on this edition of The Bulletin. Thank you.